Hi, Sagittarius. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides about the person that's on your mind. What are their thoughts and feelings? Where is this connection headed? What are their intentions? Anything spirit wants to share with me. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. This is a fully channeled message. My sun, moon, rising, and Venus is welcome. Also, cross watchers are also welcome. Spirit, please share with me loving messages from the person on my mind. What is it that you have for us today? I am listening for you now. Whoa, we got jumpers. With you, forever feels real. Okay, look at that. Look at that beautiful infinity symbol. Infinite love. Forever feels real. That's people always struggle with that. They don't like to say forever because there's like no guarantees in life. But for people who really are in love with each other, you can't imagine not having that person in your life. Okay, so I believe in it. I believe in forever. I believe at least till death do us part, with people in marriages. So it's infinity. It's infinity. Look for an infinity symbol. Maybe you have an infinity symbol on your wrist, your ankle, something like that. Despite everything, I still believe in us. No matter what happens, it's almost like I won't ever stop believing in us. Beautiful. And release the past. I feel like that's more of a childhood wounds, family wounds, more so than what's going on in this relationship. But it could be, just kind of coming into this relationship that I just never got over something from years ago. Spirit, please share with me. You are stronger than you feel. Okay. I also like the little candle with this sense of, a bright light, like look at the bright light. So there's something about the bright light, like look at the good. Okay. So look at the good. Maybe we've been just looking at, I don't know, sometimes one thing happens in a relationship and we tend to harp on it and we forget all the good that this person has done. We forget all the times they were good to you, all the good things that they do. We look at the one thing that's bothering us and we're sick of it. It's a sense of look on the bright side. Okay. Look at the bright, the bright side, the bright light, something like that. Bottom of the deck, release the need to fix everything. They're using the word pushing. Are you pushing somebody to do something that you think they should be doing, but they don't want to do? It could be connected to their work. It could be, you need to get a job. You need to work 2 jobs. You need to do this, do that, because that's what you would do. It's a feeling of don't tell me what to do. And this person keeps getting defensive because you're trying to give them guidance or give them advice and they don't want guidance and advice from you. You're their lover. You're their friend. They want to figure things out for themselves. So there's a sense of resentment coming in that you can't fix me. You can't fix this. I got to fix this myself, whatever this is. Spirit, please share with me. I have clouds, confusion, uncertainty, and challenges. So this person could have some challenges on their plate right now. And maybe you're trying to help. Maybe you were trying to help, trying to be kind, trying to give advice. And they took it as you're telling me what to do somehow. And I feel that either they just have to do it on their own. Like you can't fix anybody but yourself. And I don't know, maybe they thought it was smothering or mothering. It was just like too much. And that's probably what pushed this away. I have a heart, love, emotions, warmth, the number 24. It could be the 24th of the month, 24 days, something like that. But I do feel the love. I will say that. I'm going to say, even like with everything, it's, you know, it just came into me like the fog. Okay. All right. So it's foggy right now, but the fog is going to pass, and then the sky comes back out and you can see clearly. The fog doesn't stay, if that makes sense. So it's like the fog is passing, something like that. Spirit, please share with me. I have mice, the number 23. I have worries, loss, stress, failure. I feel like this person is struggling in another area of their life. Work, finances. I've got too much on my plate. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm in between jobs. I don't have a contract, you know, whatever it is. But it's a sense of you can't. There's nothing that you can say or do that it's going to make it happen any faster or make it any better. And that's what they're getting upset about. Like, I just feel like you can't keep telling me what to do. Yeah, I have a whip. I have a whip. Conflict, arguments. You know, the kind of the same thing over and over again. And it feels like a broken record, or you're starting to feel like you're my mother instead of my lover. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 4 of Cups. I have a 5 of Swords. I have a King of Wands. And I have a 10 of Wands. All right, so this is something that they're struggling with. They're struggling with something in the outside world. Burdens on their shoulders. I'm struggling with work is too hard. It's too difficult. I'm never going to get myself out of this debt. I'm never going to be where I want to be. You know, like it's just kind of like this feeling of I'm drowning over here for some reason. And then there's this other energy of, I don't know what my feelings are. And I wish that I could see it more clearly, because I am attracted to you. I don't think it has anything to do with I'm attracted to you. But I feel that this is more of a, I feel sorry for me, pity pot energy, that I can't give you what I would like to give you at this time in my life. I can't, I don't have anything to offer, or what I would like to be doing with you, or I would like to see in my life. It's like, I don't know how to get there. And you trying to help this person somehow is making it worse, because it was either, if it's a divine masculine, it felt like they were being demasculated, you know, like you were taking away their masculine energy. You were trying to take control. You were trying to come up with the solutions instead of the divine masculine coming up with their own solutions. So I feel like that is probably how they're feeling. So right now, it has nothing to do with how much they are attracted to you or not attracted to you. I have a 7 of Wands, a 9 of Swords, and a Page of Cups. So I'm a little bit worried of, are we going to keep fighting for this? And are we going to get back the feelings that we had in the beginning? So I'm a little bit worried about, will we ever have what we had? And I think that that's crossing both of our minds. Like, can we get back what we had? I think we both can. I think any relationship can. We both have to be willing to do the work. We both have to be in it. But it is kind of crossing my mind as, you know, how do we do this? Can we get these feelings back? Can we get, you know, this love back? It's kind of I've never had to rebuild a relationship, or I've never had to start over with somebody before. And does it work? Does it work? Is it real? So there's some of that going on. I got to take care of myself first, Spirit saying. So your person's pushing this away because they've got other areas of their life that they need to work on. Maybe you knew that. I have timeless elegance. You are always beautiful to someone who loves you. You're going to be always beautiful to me. You're confident, you're real, you have high standards. You know, you deserve better. It's very much a feeling of you deserve better. I'm not in a place in my life that I can give you what you want. And that's probably what they kept saying. I have love blooms, a romance blossoms. So you could have just fallen in love with each other without looking at where we both are on our paths. And we just happen to fall in love with each other. But maybe we are at different places on our paths. And there is a misalignment and somebody has some catching up to do. Somebody has to get their life in order. They've got to get back on their feet. They've got to pay down debt. They got to find housing. They got to get a new job. They've got to feel better, you know? So it's a sense of catching up to be able to be in this connection. I have a fine romance, caught up in the whirlwind of emotions and a promise. So here's the ring, and I can't give you that, is how I feel. And maybe they physically would love to be able to, maybe emotionally they would have loved to give it to you, but physically they can't afford it. They can't afford to buy a ring. They can't afford to be married. It's not even on the radar screen. You know, it's like, how do you afford a diamond ring? You know, just paying my bills. So it's a sense of, I would love those things, but I can't do them. I have protection, taking care of yourself as well as the relationship. I feel like this person genuinely has feelings that they want you to be safe. They want you to be healthy. They want you to take care of yourself. They don't want you to go down, you know, downhill and be depressed and sad and kind of lose it just because of them. All right. So while you're in separation, they don't want you to fall apart. They want you to just kind of do your own thing and be strong. And it was a little bit of a don't give up on us energy. They're not asking you to wait, Spirit just said, but they don't want you to give up on us. Because if they can pull themselves together and they can kind of feel better, then we still have, you know, this kind of connection. I'm going to go with this right now. I'm going to go with these. Okay. I have in-depth, connecting on a deeper level. Maybe I've never felt this connected to somebody. And I'm sorry I'm pushing you away. It could be I'm pushing you away because I got to take care of myself right now. And it could be a little bit of I'm pushing you away because I feel like the timing isn't right in my life and that scared me, or that we fell in love very quickly. You know, it could be a few different things. I have a radiant of love. You create positivity and warmth together. We are happy and open and optimistic. I thought that we were doing really well, is how I feel. Like when we're together, I feel like we don't have any worries. We don't have any fears. So we could have been doing really, really good. And then right timing. It's like divine timing, you know, with meeting each other. Have faith and wait until you find the right one. Hold on, self-love, and soon. But it also works in a no contact. It's a sense of we have to believe in divine timing to bring us back together again, too. It's a sense of a soul mending. I'm going to say it that way. It's a sense of I'm not quite ready for you. I would love to be ready for you, but I wasn't quite ready for you. And there's more work to be done, is how it's coming in. Spirit, please share with me. I have an Empress. I have a 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, this person wants to give you more. They're trying to figure out they feel like they're disappointing you. And I'm sure that you're not asking for anything. I'm sure you're not asking for money. I'm sure you're not asking for you to buy you things. It's more of a pride. that maybe at a different place and time in their life, that they could afford to wine and dine people. They could afford to buy presents for people. They could travel with somebody. So I feel that they feel like something's been taken away from them and they can't give that to you. So they're trying to rebuild that on their own so that then they can give you more, if that makes sense. Meanwhile, you just want them in your life. But I feel like they're pushing you away so that they can work on those things, that they can work on rebuilding their foundation. They can work on rebuilding their wealth, something like that. I have a 9 of Pentacles. They want to be more secure financially. 8 of Pentacles. So they probably have said, I need to focus on work right now. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. I'm going to say that that's their priority. And sometimes people, that's all they can handle. This magician's probably there's the infinity symbol again over her head. So this magician is somebody who is capable, very capable of recreating success. And maybe you were trying to push them. Maybe you see that in them. Maybe you were trying to help them. And maybe you were trying to advise them in some way. And they were like, don't tell me what to do. You're not my mother. And I feel that they wanted to be your knight in shining armor. They don't want to be your business partner. So it's hard. It's a fine line, because you see somebody struggling and you see somebody that, if they were only doing, such and such, they would be fine. They'd be better, but they're not listening. But everybody's got to make their own choices. So they got to figure it out on their own. This could all change in a very short period of time. I do feel that the feelings are there because I keep getting this energy of I want to be able to give you more and I can't. Let me just focus on me right now. Let me just, pay down some debt. Let me get back on my feet. Let me move. Let me, let me get a new job. Let me get my business off the ground. Whatever it is, it's a sense of I got to do this first before we are together. And, but maybe they didn't decide that when they met you. Maybe they made you believe that they were already there and they kept, the real situation from you. And, they have more on their plate than you thought. They're in a worse situation than they presented. So something could be going on there, but it could all change on a dime too, that they realize they have feelings for you and maybe we can do it together. So this pushing away, they don't want to be told what to do is what's going on. I have silence. I'm sorry for my silence. I just needed a break and now I don't know how to reach out to you again. I'm afraid you won't let me back. I know it's been a long time since we haven't spoke, but trust me, my love, I've missed you so much during this time and I'm finding my way back to you soon. So I am going to tag this as a no contact in the beginning because there's too much energy around that, we have spent some time, we're spending time apart. So hopefully you caught that in the beginning and in the title, but it is a sense of, how do I find my way back? Twin flame. Twin flames are not going to reunite until both twin flames have learned the lessons that they need to learn. Look for the signs for your connection. As your twin flame, I mirror what you're going through. I notice how we are very similar and share the same vision. There is a connection between us that cannot be denied. We have the work on ourselves to be together. Look out for the signs for my love. It is me sending to you. The hearts are jumping out at me. You could see all of a sudden start seeing hearts everywhere. A heart tattoo. You see, I don't know, hearts in a picture frame. I don't know, everywhere. Somebody's wearing a heart necklace. And you're like, oh my God, I'm just seeing hearts everywhere. You look down and there's a pebble on the ground in the shape of a heart, so things like that. Look for those types of signs. And it could be your twin trying to send you signs. All right. So is this a twin, a twin sends you signs? As they're getting closer to the reunion, it is the signs become closer and closer together. So it is a feeling of, I'm trying to reach out to you. I'm trying to connect to you. I'm changing. Okay. I'm working hard to change, to face up to all that I have been avoiding for so long. I need to know, I know I need to do more, but I feel so exhausted and tired. Your love is inspiring me to do necessary changes in my life. So they don't want to be told what to do. They wanted to do it at their own pace. They wanted to do it in their own time. They wanted to do it their way, but they are doing it. So hopefully they come back and they tell you all that they've accomplished or all that they have grown since they saw you last. And, hopefully that makes a big difference between the two of you. I have an expectation. I feel like this is what's going on. I want to be all that you want me to be. I don't want to disappoint you. I know you have a lot of expectation from me, and I'm trying to stand for that. But at times I feel so far away from that, and I am afraid to let you down or disappoint you. So they're not where they want to be in life. So therefore they feel they can't give you what you would want, or they can't give you what they would like to be able to give you because they're not where they want to be. So that I feel like is going on. I feel like that's the message. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 7 of Swords. I have a Page of Pentacles. I have a Judgment. And I have a 6 of Wands. I'm going to say this feeling of they probably were holding back what was really going on. They might have held back, even lied about or kept secret or just didn't talk about, that they were in more debt than they were, or they were struggling more than they were, or that there was something else behind the scenes, because they didn't want you to judge them that way. They didn't want you to look at them as that they don't have what they should have, or they're not where they should be at this stage in their life. And but they are working on it. I do feel some success with the Page of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. So they're starting to get their arms around something, and something is starting to move. So they could have a new opportunity that they're excited about. Things could be starting to move forward for them again. Maybe they want to share that with you. Spirit just said that I'm in a better place. Things are getting better. Just know that they're saying I'm working. I'm working towards a union. Okay, I'm working towards, they're working at it, working towards a reunion. Maybe you're still open to a reunion. Maybe that's something that you want, but they're trying to kind of solve their own problems first and then be open to, let's see if we can figure this out. Spirit, please share with me. I have an 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're throwing themselves into their material world. Which is probably what they need to do. They've got to put out some fires, and they can't do it. Somebody else can't do it for them. That's how I feel. Spirit, please share with me loving messages. What is the love in this connection? What are their intentions moving forward? Tell me your deep, dark secrets. I'd love you regardless. it's almost a feeling of they could have told you and you would have been fine. But their ego, their self-esteem just wouldn't let them tell you everything about them. It's the person who's very private about their bank account, their finances, their debt, how much money they make a year. You know, it's the person who doesn't talk about those things. So, you know, I would have loved you anyways. Our love is so complex, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Part of me feels like it's complex now, but it doesn't have to be. I feel like we can kind of get through the maze, if that makes sense. I was lost. Meeting you changed everything. So you've made an impact in their life. You've made a difference in their life. I can't keep my hands to myself, and I adore every inch of you. So they're not with you because they don't want you. They're not with you because they're trying to repair themselves. Our time feels limited, and I want to hold this moment forever. That feels like I want to go back in time. I want to go back in time to the days that we had together, and we didn't have any worries, and we didn't have any stress, and we didn't have any, you know, the reality of life hasn't kind of come into this relationship somehow. My most precious treasure is you. So am I realizing now that you really are the best thing that's ever happened to me? You know, and do I need to keep working on myself so that someday I have something to offer you? Someday I'm in a better place, so I don't push this connection away. I was confused before, but it all makes sense to me now. So they're using the word understanding, that they can see that you were understanding. They can see that you were accepting of them. They can see that it was their ego driving a lot of this. So some of that confusion, that fog that I felt earlier, the fog is cleared, so that they are seeing this connection a little bit more clearly now. So we're going to put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you are new to this channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you always for your kind words, your comments. I appreciate all of them. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. Also check out my other 2 YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel, my Twin Flame Soulmate channel, which actually has a lot of almost all no contact readings. And that may be somewhere that you want to find yourself going to, since this was a no contact reading for you, and see if there's some readings there for you for Sagittarius. So we are going to ask Spirit to guide you both. We'll see you again in another Love Messages.